Hey, what's up? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to talk about the melee that happened at the Harper's Bazaar party with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, or Cardi B and Nicki Minaj's camp, or Cardi B and Ra Ali. It happened basically. I want to start off by saying this. One thing that I don't understand is how we can get on Facebook, Instagram, social media period, and call out our mamas and daddies and stepmamas and stepdaddies and baby mamas and baby daddies and sisters and brothers and nieces and nephews and go back and forth. But for some reason, when it comes to these celebrities and they do some shit that you know is fucked up or deserves a side eye, everybody tries to justify their behaviors. And if you say something like, I like so and so, I just don't like that he or she did this, then it's, oh, you a hater, you a hater, you a hater. Oh, you don't even like them anyways. No. I've done fucked up shit and my family and friends have called me out on it, and then we go get drinks a couple hours later. They've done fucked up shit, I call them out on it, and bitch, I'm at their house eating a couple hours later. Just because you call somebody out on they fuck shit does not mean that you love them any less or like them any less. I just want to put that out there. Okay? So I remember a time when you were expected and people assumed that you knew how to behave or you would behave a certain way when you went to certain places. You know, like how your mother or father or grandmother or grandfather, guardian, whomever was watching you at the time, if you went somewhere, even if it was like a middle school field trip or a high school field trip, people would say you have to behave this way. Or if your mama told you, you better not cut up when we get in here, I'm going to beat your ass when we get home. It was just one of those things that sometimes would have to be told to you, or people were just like, okay, he know how to go, he know how to act when he get there. But for some reason, that's kind of like fell to the wayside, where people have this whole thing of on site means on site. Now listen, I don't give a good goddamn if the party was predominantly white. I don't give a damn if it was a fat farm party, or a Sean John party, or a FUBU party, or a Carl Kana party. I would still call Cardi B ghetto. At the end of the day, there's a time and a place for everything. If Cardi B would have ran up on Nicki Minaj at the park, I would have been like, bitch! Cardi B ran up on Nicki Minaj at the park, girl! If she would have ran up on Nicki Minaj outside the studio, I'd be like, bitch, Cardi B ran up on Nicki Minaj, bitch. Them hoes was twirling outside, I heard. It's no different than when Ra Ali fought Sky. Was that at Puff Daddy's party? And we were all like, Ra Ali is ghetto as fuck. Like, it's just, a lot of times when people feel as though, okay, you get dressed up, you put your suits on, your dresses on, that's the time where people usually feel as though it ain't gonna be no chaos and confusion. You know? Like, okay, good. Everybody dressed up. Everybody gonna act like they got some sense. Half of the shit y'all got on don't belong to y'all anyways. Especially these celebrities. So y'all borrowing this jewelry, shoes, all this shit. The only thing you might be paying for is your face. Makeup. Well, some of y'all really pay for y'all face. But now it's like, oh, on site mean on site. I just find it hard to believe that the same people who had a problem and called out Ariana Grande for wearing a skirt above the knee to church and to Aretha Franklin's funeral, y'all were the main ones saying, oh, the dress was cute, but that was inappropriate for what was going on. How is that not the same thing as saying, girl, Cardi B, ain't nothing wrong with fighting. Sometimes you gotta twirl with a bitch. And that's one thing I do 100% agree with. Sometimes you just gotta twirl with a hoe. You might get your ass whooped, but bitch, I don't mind twirling though. You know what I'm saying? But there was a time and a place to square up if you wanted to square up. Like, if I came to your shit and you know one of your cousins who was a homophobe called me a faggot, and we end up at your wedding, and we end up knocking over your $3,000 wedding cake and over $2,000 worth of decorations, what you gonna say? Well, we knew how Rodney was. We knew he didn't like people calling him a faggot, and we knew how my cousin was. He didn't like punks. So at the end of the day, I mean, I guess it's our fault, huh? We invited them both. Nah, you gonna be pissed off because I came to your shit and fucked up your shit. So all of this, oh, on site mean on site. No, on site don't mean on site. It's a time and a place for everything. Everything. If you get into a fight at church, people gonna call you ghetto. People gonna look at you crazy. If you get into a fight, if Michelle Obama and Barack Obama invited Cardi B and Nicki Minaj to the White House Correspondents' Dinner and Cardi B acted a fool, y'all not gonna call her ghetto? There is a time and a place for everything. Bitch, if you want to roll up at the park. Find out what studio that bitch go to. But to be fighting at a party and then for people to try to twist it around like, oh, y'all just saying it because it's a white event. No, I'm saying it because it's an event that most people expect that ain't nobody going to be fighting at. That's why I'm calling it ghetto. That's why I'm calling what Cardi B did ghetto. It is what it is. If somebody get into a fight at Popeyes, we might be like, ooh, girl, they a mess. Ugh. But if somebody get into a fight at one of the most expensive steakhouses in town, girl, you gonna be turning your nose up like, ugh, these bitches can't never go nowhere. We can't never go nowhere because motherfuckers is always fighting. Ghetto. If you get into a fight at the family reunion, people gonna be like, damn, we can't never have shit because every time we get together, we all know that Pookie and Trey gonna fight. This why I don't like coming to this bullshit. Do y'all get what I'm trying to say? All I'm trying to, and then on top of that, like, girl, you're at work. Okay. You're not at work like we're at work, but it's like, okay, girl, a lot of the people there are there probably trying to network, probably trying to handle business, all types of shit. And you there fighting. And then people try to excuse the behavior. Well, that's how Cardi B is. No. Stop trying to excuse fucked up behavior. Because if I come to your shit and fuck up your shit, you better be singing the same goddamn song. You better be saying, well, that's how Rodney is. It better not be, oh, that's why I'm not inviting you nowhere else no more because this and this and this and that. It better be, that's how Rodney is when I come and fuck your shit up. I want to know exactly what did Nicki Minaj say. That's what I want to know. Because at the end of the day, I have searched high and low. Now, maybe I just overlooked it and maybe I didn't search as hard as I thought I did. But I have yet to see receipts of what Nicki Minaj said. First, y'all say she liked something on Instagram or she liked something on Twitter. Then y'all say, oh, it was because she was saying stuff in her raps. This is my thing with that. I don't believe for one fucking second that one of the biggest A-list stars in the world has liked something about Cardi B's child and nobody captured it. Nobody has a screenshot. Baby, as much as these celebrities write shit and delete shit and baby, people will screenshot that shit within a second. You mean to tell me Nicki Minaj has liked something that was negative about Cardi B's child and nobody has the evidence? Nobody has a screenshot. Then y'all say, well, it's not that she did it online, it's that she said it to her face. What? So at this point, it becomes a she said, because Nicki Minaj says she ain't never said nothing about nobody's child. Then y'all say that Cardi B says that she did say something about her child. And then when I say, well, what did she say? Y'all say that she said, go home and be with your daughter. That is not talking about somebody's child. Y'all need to stop trying to push that lie. She did the same thing with Remy Ma in the song, talking about you left your son over a stack. I mean, you went to jail over a stack, whatever she said. That's not talking about somebody's child. Y'all need to stop trying to push that lie. Talking about somebody's child is saying your child is that, this, and that. That's talking about somebody's child. I may be talking about your parenting skills, but Nicki Minaj, from what I've heard, ain't said nothing about nobody's child. You know who said something about somebody's child and said that ain't shit off limits was Cardi B. This is the thing that bothers me with a lot of y'all. It's almost like, this is what I said. It's almost like making fun of the fact that Nicki Minaj has put shit in her body and had all types of plastic surgery, and then when it comes to people talking about Cardi B and her plastic surgery, you start talking about how the weather was on Saturday. That's what I'm getting from a lot of y'all. Both of these bitches are wrong, but for some reason y'all just want to call out Nicki Minaj. Cardi B, it's the audio of Cardi B basically, not basically, she said ain't shit off limits. Ain't kids ain't off limits, nothing. But ain't nobody said nothing about that. Cardi B has sent people to beat up people, stopping people's bags. Both of these bitches are wrong, but ain't nobody said nothing about that. I don't get it. I don't get how you can call out one person for their wrongs and then don't call out the other person for their wrongs, and they're doing the exact same thing. That old fake body bitch. Girl, you know Cardi B done had the same type of surgery. Pretty much everything that Nicki Minaj done got, Cardi B done got too. So I'm confused. Like, what did Nicki Minaj say? Then it's like, okay, I've said plenty of times, I'm not the biggest rap fan, but I was watching that show. It was on, I don't know if it comes on TV, but I just see it on YouTube. It's Everyday Struggle, and one of the guys was basically saying how Nicki Minaj, it wasn't DJ Academics, it was the other guy. He was, go watch it. He was like, Nicki Minaj been sneak dissing, and I thought that's what you did in rap. I thought that's what you did. I thought you diss people. I thought you beef with people. I thought you put out rap songs. I thought that's what you did. So now the rules are changing because of Cardi B. So now it's basically if someone who you may have a problem with doesn't have a problem with you, then you can't talk about them in your songs. That's what it comes down to now, because that's what it sounds like. That's what y'all saying. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Fighting does not make you real. Fighting does not make it real. I think it's weird how people are saying like Nicki Minaj is scared of Cardi B. Let me say something. Let me just start out by saying this. If you run up on Beyonce, it's a good chance that Julia's gonna monkey stomp your ass. If you run up on Oprah Winfrey, it's a good chance that about 6 niggas gonna tackle your ass and probably kick you a couple of times while you on the ground. If you run up on Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, Sasha, Malaya, it's a good chance your ass gonna end up on the ground, and not only that, your brain's gonna be laying beside you, because it's gonna be a white man over here and a black man over here, baby, who gonna blast your ass to pieces. If you run up on Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, it's a good chance you're gonna walk out the building with a knot on your head. The purpose of having security is for them to fight for me. Bitch, I'm not fighting no motherfucking body, bitch. I done hired all these goddamn people to protect me. They're here for a reason. They're here for a reason. I don't need to fight you. I'm gonna let these 6 niggas and these 4 women fight your motherfucking ass. That's what I'm gonna let them do. And I'm about to go get me a drink with my other 3 bodyguards. So, like, the whole thing about Nicki Minaj, I mean, girl, look. Let's just put it out there. Cardi B ain't trying to fight. Cardi B wanted to cause a scene. That's what Cardi B wanted to do. If Cardi B wanted to fight, Cardi B could have easily found out, hey, what studio that bitch be going to? How many security guards she be having with her? When she goes to the studio, does she only have 1 or 2? Okay, she only have 1. She only had Big Dave with her. Okay. When you want to fight a motherfucker, you gonna fight a motherfucker. Ain't no way you really thought that Cardi B really thought she was gonna get to Nicki Minaj. What? Girl. Ain't nobody trying. You know who was trying to fight? Tommy was trying to fight Jocelyn when those cameras stopped rolling, and Tommy rolled up on Jocelyn in that car and was about to run her ass over. Tommy was about that life. Tommy was trying to fight. Ra Ali, as ghetto as it was, Ra Ali was trying to fight. Ra Ali walked up like she was about to hug that girl, Sky, off Black Ink Crew, and then started wailing on her ass. That's when a bitch, you know a bitch is trying to fight. If you was trying to fight Cardi B, you could have had two of your homegirls say, hey, I need y'all to stay on this side. Tell me when that bitch goes to the restroom. Bitch, when that bitch goes to the restroom with her glam squad, bitch, you going there with yours, and bitch, you word out. Do you hear me? That's when a bitch is really trying to fight. But trying to fight in the open where you know what, you got 10 security guards, that bitch probably got 30. Girl, bye. Ain't none of y'all really trying to fight. We all know Nicki Minaj ain't trying to fight. That's why she brought Ra Ali. Let me just say something about that. Ra Ali, you a goddamn fool if you think that Nicki Minaj care about you, girl. Nicki Minaj is only using you because of Remy Ma. And once all this shit settles down, bitch, like my whole thing is like, where's Nicki Minaj friends that she's had since middle school and high school? What those girls at? Now all of a sudden she friends with Brooke, and I'm not saying you can't make new friends, but I just find it weird that you're friends with people who you don't really get along. Like, you're friends with people who don't get along with the same people you don't get along. Like, it's weird. Anyways, I want people to stop saying that the Nicki Minaj and Miley Cyrus thing is the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. Nicki getting on stage talking about Molly what's good is not the same thing as a bitch going to an upscale event, throwing bottles, throwing shoes, and throwing drinks. It's not the same. My whole thing is, at the end of the day, we can call out Nicki Minaj on a lot of shit, which we have. But in this instance, this whole fight thing, like, I have to go with Nicki on that one. Now, we could talk about the shit that Nicki done behind the scenes as far as like fucking up people, stopping people's bags. K. Michelle done said some shit. I believe all of that shit. Charlamagne the God get on my goddamn nerve, but I believe everything that Charlamagne the God said when he was talking about how, when I think it was Anaconda, he said he hated the song Anaconda, and Nicki got mad and basically stopped fucking with him. I believe all that shit. I believe that Nicki is intimidated by Cardi B. There has never been another female rapper on the top of the charts except for her and Cardi B, and she's intimidated by it. We can talk about all that shit, but I don't think that has any, like, her and K. Michelle, her and Charlamagne the God, that don't have nothing to do with that party and that fight. In my eyes, it don't. What else? I think that was it. Oh, I want to say this. I think what people need to realize, like, I see Offset on Instagram making threats. All these people out here making threats, and all these people out here trying to fight. Y'all need to realize that shit can get real fast. And y'all also need to realize that they didn't stop making guns after you bought yours. So all y'all motherfuckers out there talking about this and that and this and that, stop thinking that you the only one with a motherfucking gun. It's everybody. Bitch, I ain't even gonna tell them. I personally know bitches who you wouldn't even think would have a gun that got guns. Down. I'm talking about bitches who walking around here 5'1", 110 pounds. Yes, ma'am. Yes, in real life. So all I'm saying is, people need to stop with the whole threats and all this stuff. Girl, it is what it is. Do Nicki Minaj got some fucked up ways? Yes. Did she talk about Cardi B's child? I don't know, because y'all ain't showed me nothing. Y'all ain't showed me nothing. Was she sneak dissing Cardi B in raps? Yeah. Can we call Nicki Minaj a fake ass bitch? We can definitely call her that, for the simple fact that, girl, you was just talking to the girl the other day. And now all of a sudden, girl, you turn back around and you making raps about the girl. Now we can call that bitch fake as fuck for that. But to say that that's a reason for somebody to fight you, girl, what? Like my mama used to always say, if you try to fight everybody who talk about you, you're going to be fighting forever. And yes, it is true. And I understand that everybody's gonna handle stuff differently. But at the end of the day, I don't give a good goddamn what nobody say. Everybody needs to look up to Beyonce. I said if I ever become a celebrity, I pray to God that I have that same I don't give a fuck attitude like Beyonce has. Because the truth of the matter is, Beyonce has got dogged out. People have talked about Blue Ivy. People have talked about Beyonce, Jay-Z, Solange, all that. Baby Karrueche Tran got her ass right on 106 and Park and talked about Beyonce's daughter. Beyonce wasn't like blah 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 blah. Bitch, what's up, bitch? What's up? That bitch wasn't trying to get at Karrueche Tran. Now that bitch did get 106 and Park canceled. Now Beyonce did get 106 and Park canceled, and she had Karrueche scared for her life because Karrueche thought she wasn't gonna never be able to work in Hollywood. Okay, Beyonce was at the BET Awards like a year or two later. Like, I'm just saying that sometimes we have to be grown about situations. Like, I was even talking to my sister, and my sister was like, and I know everybody's gonna handle stuff differently, so I guess I can't say, well, because Beyonce did it, you should do it, or because everybody gonna handle stuff differently. But I was talking to my sister, and she was like, I wouldn't give a good goddamn what you said about my kids. Like, if I'm trying to get this money, bitch, I'm trying to get this money and take care of my kids, take care of me. Like, I don't give a damn. Now, it's one thing if I find out you're harming my kids. That's one thing completely different. Yeah, we about to monkey stomp your ass. You out here touching on kids or doing all this shit, yeah. Now that's when I on site mean I on site to me. It's an exception to the rule for everything. On site to me is when somebody is touching your kids and you find out. That's when you monkey stomp a hoe. Because somebody said something about you in a rap? Because somebody supposedly liked something on Instagram? Girl, are you serious? So you gonna fight every bitch who done said something about your child on Instagram? Like, it's just weird to me. Anyways, girl, everybody needs to learn how to be like Beyonce and don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. The only bitches that's hyping Cardi B up is Vivica A. Fox and bitches who make $50,000 or below. Because ain't no Jay-Z, ain't no Beyonce, ain't no Ellen DeGeneres, ain't no Oprah, ain't no Shonda Rhimes, ain't no Kerry Washington, ain't none of these bitches gonna come out and co-sign that fuck shit that happened at that party. None of them. Because for a lot of them bitches, when they go to those parties, that's work for them. They meeting people, trying to make sure they can get a business deal. But everybody don't see it that way. I understand we all have our own opinions about a lot of stuff. I don't have no problem disagreeing with people. You shouldn't have no problem disagreeing with people. Bitch, we all grown. We all not gonna agree. Bitch, I don't even agree with shit with some of my best friends. But bitch, that's still my friend. Okay, that's still my sister. Don't come over here with that fuck shit. That's what, okay? We might disagree. We might call each other hoes, but you're not gonna call us no hoe. Okay? Bitch, because we don't know you like that. We know each other like that to call each other a hoe and a bitch and a slut. And you ain't shit. Nigga, you ain't shit. You want to go get something to drink? Girl, yeah, I'll be there in like 30 minutes, okay? All right, I think that's all I got to say. I hope so because, yeah. I do think that Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are playing to two different crowds. I think that Cardi B, I said this in my last video, I think Cardi B is stuck between this, I wanna be this real girl, and I wanna do, I wanna show people I'm still real and down to earth, and I think Nicki Minaj is like, I think Cardi B is playing to the people in the Bronx, and I think that Nicki Minaj is playing to the world, Anyways, all right, y'all. But yeah, on this one, I'm sorry, y'all. On this incident, I have to be with Nicki on this one. It's a lot of shit that we can call Nicki out on her fucked up, childish, immature, juvenile ass ways, and we can and we have. But on this whole fight stuff, I'm sorry. I'm with Nicki. Y'all cannot keep justifying bad behavior. Like, if you old enough to lay your ass down and pop out kids and be a wife and be a husband and all that shit, then bitch, you old enough to know better. You should be old enough to know, okay, this is not the time or the place. Bitch, you and your husband out here trying to send threats on Instagram, bitch, y'all asses end up in jail. Cardi, keep throwing shoes in motherfucking crowds and let that motherfucking heel hit somebody in the eye and see what your ass be in court in about a month or two. Cause if a shoe hit me in the motherfucking eye, bitch, I'm blind. Bitch, I'm going to court, my whole eyeball done fell out. Bitch, I'm suing for $25 million. Do you hear me? You know you're supposed to sue high to get a low number. You know, you sue for $50 million, and then a judge might give you $25 million. You know what I'm saying? So I'm suing your ass for everything, bitch. Okay? It's God. Anyways, bye, y'all.